Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin, and I know what you think you're looking at. You think it's Disneyland, but it's not Disneyland. It's actually Huawei's new Guangdong campus, and it's still under construction. And I'm probably saying Guangdong wrong, but that's okay. That's one of those things that I'm just never gonna get right. So Huawei actually flew me and a bunch of other journalists out to Shenzhen, and while we were there, we got to tour their new campus. We actually also got to check out their Shenzhen campus as well, and we spent more time there. So the Guangdong campus is massive. As you can see from the videos, there's a lake, there's buildings, there's bridges. It's absolutely strange and wild to view this when you're in the middle of China, because you come out of China and suddenly you're in Europe. It's 7.8 square kilometers, and it's designed to look like Europe. In fact, each stop on the train is modeled after one of 12 European towns. And so we started off in Paris, and we made stops at Verona, Granada, Bruges, and more. If you look off in the distance there, the country that you're actually seeing is China. So yes, it is very strange to be in the middle of China and then be in that sort of European setting. So there's even a replica of a European bridge, and to make that bridge, they actually imported marble from Europe. So I mean, as one person put it this way while we were on the trip, that this is a company that just has more money than it knows what to do with. I mean, just look around and this massive campus, and it's just kind of wild in so many ways. So each town or city or whatever you want to call it can hold around 2,000 people. So the campus will be able to hold about 25,000 when it's completed. However, to be fair, the Shenzhen campus, which is the main campus, the current campus, can hold 50,000 people. And that's actually where I spent the bulk of my time. Is we got most of our briefings at the Shenzhen campus, and it's very different. Obviously, there's no European feel to it. It's a lot more crowded, and it's very strange. There's gated entrances to everything. There's guards that actually salute the bus as you're entering the campus. It's a very different feel. Whereas this one, it feels very laid back, probably because there's no one there or very few people there, and you're on a train that's circling the campus. And like, that's how we got around. There was a train that circled the campus, and there are two different lines on the train, only one of which goes around the entire thing. Obviously, these trains are meant for people to get to work, to get around the campus. So you're you're going to need separate lines for people that need to get around a little quicker. The entire tour did take close to a half hour to get around the whole thing. Now you might notice, like I said, there aren't a lot of people walking around, and really it's just because it's not completed yet. There is some stuff going on there, but just not a lot. It's not complete, although it looks nice. It looks like it could be completed, but I don't know what's going on inside the buildings, because we didn't actually get to go inside any of the buildings. We just kind of got the train ride. Well, we got to go to one building where we had lunch, and we had coffee in the train station, because all the different train stations have, like, the Paris station that we started off at had a little coffee shop in it. There was another one that had a 7-Eleven, which I did not get to go to. But I did get to go to a 7-Eleven at some point on the trip, and that was very, very important to me. So yeah, there's the bridge, like I said, and it is like they brought in marble to build that bridge from Europe. And also, at some points in the videos, you'll see that there are actually dormitories for employees, which I guess are empty at this point in time. But at some point, they are going to fill up those dorms. There are going to be people living on campus, and that's kind of the whole point. Is that really Shenzhen is a super populated, super huge city. There's about 10 million people there, which is like 1.5 times of all of New York City. And then, like when I say New York City, that's not just Manhattan. That's Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island. So it's packed, and it's kind of like their Silicon Valley. So they're really just out of space. And Huawei is just a company that's rapidly growing. They're making fantastic products, and people are starting to see those fantastic products, and they're buying them. So Huawei now has a lot of money. They're expanding, and obviously Huawei is laser focused on research and development, and that's something that they always talk about whenever we meet with them, is that they put a certain percentage of their money into R&D no matter what. And so obviously they need more space, they need more employees, and so yeah, this is going to be like it's going to be like its own little city once it's completed, once they bring in employees and once they fill up those dormitories, and it's just it's absolutely beautiful, and it's really impressive. Like I said, it's kind of wild to step out of China and to step into this sort of European town. As you see, there are some people walking around. They're just very few and far between. There are some people working there, but most of the buildings, I assume, are mostly empty. I know that for the most part, the place is still under construction. There's a lot of grassy areas. There's a lot of unused land there that I also assume that they're going to fill up at some point. So, yeah, that's Huawei's Guangdong campus. They didn't exactly say when they plan to move in there completely. They're not ditching their Shenzhen campus. This is just going to be another location for them, which is awesome. Like I said, they got tons of money, and I think they just don't know what to do with it. So, yeah, that's the Guangdong campus, and we spent the week in Shenzhen, and there are lots of articles about other stuff that I was doing in Shenzhen, and a lot more to come. So, stay tuned for that. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.